Welcome to Blood in the Snow Radio, where we give you the latest news and interviews with the best in Canadian genre cinema. Here are your hosts, Robert Bellamy and Festival Director Kelly Michael Stewart.
And Bits Radio is back on the air. Kelly is still off doing managerial things and cannot join us today, but we are now here for the film Disease. A human asks his zombie boyfriend to bite him, triggering a transformative and gruesome love story. That does kind of sum it up nicely. I'll get you to introduce yourself and your role in this project.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. My name is Alex Masciotra-Milstein. I'm the writer, director, editor, and SFX makeup artist for
As we've
Disease.
noticed with independent film, you wear a ton of hats.
I do wear a lot of hats, and I would love to one day have hats that say all of those things.
No
and
doubt,
swap
right?
them out at a moment's notice.
One of them that just has all the words that run around it.
Exactly.
You can spin it to what you need. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I have a trademark copyright. Yeah. I'm going to make that. Being the writer, what sparked this story for you?
So basically, this was a school project, actually, which is kind of funny if you've seen the movie and you know what happens. I'm really grateful I got away with so much. Basically, this was not my first idea. I had another much more ambitious idea with a lot of like location changes and stuff. And I was getting really bogged down by it and overwhelmed by it and like dreading it. And one day I was just in the car. My mom was driving me home somewhere. And the song Disease by Lady Gaga came up. And I had heard the song before. I was a big fan. I really loved it. But this time I was like really paying attention to the lyrics. And if you've heard the song, or if you haven't, please check it out. It's awesome. The lyrics are kind of about her telling someone that like they're so like sick with this desire for her or for this person that it's like a disease. Like, you know, like you're running out of medicine, you're running out of time, that kind of thing. But it's okay because she can play the doctor and cure your disease, like cure your desire that's so horrible that like you can't breathe anymore by being with this person. And so I kind of got this image in my head of this very, very sickly person and this very healthy person who were in love. And the healthy person actually wanted to be cured by the sick person by becoming sick like him. And that was kind of the spark for this idea. And I guess like some ideas like really take time to develop and like it's like weeks before they become what they are. And this one, I don't know how, but just by that night, I kind of had the trajectory of the story of exactly where I wanted it to go. And not necessarily what exactly would happen, but kind of like this was their situation, these are the characters, and this is how it ends. Like,
when inspiration strikes, it strikes hard.
It really does, yeah, and I'm really grateful that it did. I'm really, really grateful.
And that's a sign. If you have to struggle on a story, sometimes it's better to set it aside. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad this one just came like that. Mm-hmm. And it's so nice because it's minimal. You know, the one location, the two characters was... I know you had multiple locations for the original idea. Mm-hmm. Are you happy with the stripped-down version?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just to clarify, the original idea was not at all about zombies. It was actually a slasher movie. So it was super, super different. It was really campy. It was really silly. And then, like, also what helped was that narrowed down my choice between the two is that another movie got announced, like a trailer came out for, that was the same plot, basically, as the original idea that I had. And I was like, dang it! But then I was kind of like, okay, great, I can choose the idea that I was kind of leaning more towards anyways. But yeah, I'm really happy with the stripped-down version. I think it's really nice. I think it's really... because it's the one location, it's very simple, it's very quick, it's a very short movie. Like, we get to be a lot more intimate with them because we're not, I guess, there's a lot going on, but we're not kind of like constantly changing locations or something. So, I'm really happy with it as it is. It's a very intimate, stripped down, kind of minimal thing.
Well, and even the way you shot it too, because it's a lot of close-ups, you know, and it's, again, just the two people. So it's weird because once you get watching it and you realize what's going on, it's like you never would have looked at that particular infliction in that light before.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So was the zombie aspect of it always there?
Yes. For the second idea that I had, the Lady Gaga one. That was always there from the beginning. It really was. And funnily enough, I really am terrified of zombie movies. It's the one genre of horror, and I'm a huge fan, that I really struggle with, and that like going into it, I'm kind of like, okay, let's see how this goes. And I think that's kind of not necessarily what drew me to it, but I felt like there was a lot of fun doing this thing that I had been so afraid of, and approaching it from this angle of like, no, you don't have to be scared of them. You know, they're gays just like the rest of us gays. They just happen to be a little dead, you know, and like
a little
dead. And diet culture is like so toxic. So why are we shaming them for like eating each other? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
We should all just kind of let them
their dietary
let them live happy.
concerns are their dietary
exactly.
concerns.
Yeah, let them eat each other. Exactly.
That's brilliant. No, and that was the thing I loved about it too. That whole analogy of love and wanting to be with someone forever. to go that far. It was just an interesting choice of zombies because you've seen it with vampires, you've seen it with werewolves and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it with zombies before.
Yeah, and I feel like it's funny because like I didn't want it to be kind of like, even though I adore Twilight, I didn't want it to be a Twilight situation of like, oh my god, no, I have to live forever and be super hot. Like what a tough choice to make, you know?
Sparkle.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and I love Twilight. No shade at all. But like I thought it was really fun to approach that kind of story of like monstrous love and have it actually be really monstrous and gross, like rotting away and like pus and stuff, and like embracing all that as part of the monstrosity and part of the thing that for them at least is kind of sexy, at least at the end.
Well, they're sexy with each other. Yes, exactly. And again, it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. With the choice of the zombies because of your aversion to that particular style, was this like overcoming a fear of that?
There were like a few things throughout my life that kind of slowly helped me overcome, and I felt like this was one of the later ones. So kind of by the time I made it, I was no longer at the point in my life where like in my household, if you ask my family members, I had actually banned the word zombie. Like it would trigger me that bad that I was like, we could not say zombie. And so basically with this, it was kind of like I'd already gotten to a point, thankfully, where I could say zombie and hear zombie and not like be super like freaked out, like, oh my god, they're coming for us. But like, yeah. So, but yeah, no, it did help, and I feel like it didn't hinder me. Like I never said no, I can't do that because like I'm too afraid to do it. I kind of made a movie that I feel like if I hadn't made and I saw it, it would have been like almost impossible for me to sit through just because I'm so scared of zombies. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun kind of embracing all that stuff that would have otherwise made me like my stomach churn and stuff. And
I was just say, I count about a dozen times you said zombies now, so you're obviously past that.
12-step program works.
Right.
Yes.
One day at a time.
Exactly.
So then, do you have any ambitions to make this a bigger picture? Like, it is literally like it's 4 minutes or 5 minutes, so it's just a snapshot.
Yeah.
But is that snapshot enough?
For me, yeah, I think so. I think I got so lucky with the actors that I did, and like I wouldn't want to tell the story without them for sure. But I kind of feel like, the project was a 5-minute movie, which is why it's so short, and there was some stuff that I kind of had to cut, or a lot of stuff that I had to scale back to make it within the 5 minutes. But actually, once the project was done, I kind of really liked it at 5 minutes. I thought it kind of. And then, like, sometimes when I'll go to a horror festival and I see other shorts, I go, like, oh, like, these ones they're so great, and they're so much longer than mine, like 15, 20. And I was like, oh, if I had that time, I could have done this, and I could have done that. And then kind of later that night, I'll go over it and think, like, actually, I'm grateful I didn't, because I find sometimes, like, I feel like if I had more time, I would have gone a bit too overindulgent with the gore and the stuff. And I find the way it is now is kind of very, like, short, sweet, to the point. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It does linger in the gore for sure, but it doesn't do it, at least in my opinion, to a point where it's kind of like, okay, enough is enough, we get it. This is just like gore for the sake of gore, which I think is awesome. Like I love Terrifier. I consider that gore for the sake of gore, and I adore it. But like this is kind of trying to do something really different, and this one's really intimate and kind of romantic. And I feel like if I had been given that freedom to go longer and to go like super, super gory off the walls, I think that kind of would have taken away from the intimacy of it. And so, yeah, no, I'm really grateful with that as it is, as a 5 minute. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I find people sometimes they add fluff to a story that doesn't need the fluff. And yeah, that's why I adored yours, because, you know, you watched it, the bang, and it hits you, and then it's done. And I think, and again, maybe that's why I'm asking, it's those kind of things that you watch. It's like, I want more of that.
Oh, awesome.
You know what I mean? But again, if you turned it into a feature, it probably wouldn't have the same bang it does.
Yeah.
At that 5 minute mark.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, no, like I said, I never call favorites at a festival just because it's evil, but I did heavily like this one. I'll put it that way.
Yes, thank you so much.
Now, casting, because like the two characters, you could see the chemistry. Like it was so, and especially for zombies to have chemistry, right? Was it hard to get the people to play that?
Ooh, this is a bit of a long story. So basically, the two actors that I had from the beginning, there's Nam and there's Harris, who are, for those of you who don't know, Nam is the human and Harris is the zombie. Actually, Harris came on as a last-minute addition to the project when my original actor dropped out. And I actually had Nam and an original actor for since December, January, February, and then March we filmed. And 2 days before we filmed, he had to drop out. And I really thought this project was over because I thought, we had rehearsals, we had this stuff. I'm like, what are the chances, one, I can find an actor, two, who's free, and three, and I think most importantly, who's comfortable doing the things that I have to ask of them, which if you've seen the movie, you know there's a lot of stuff where it's like, wow, okay, you have to be really comfortable on set to do that.
Yeah.
And so thankfully the week before, I had been on a film set helping someone with makeup, and I met Harris, and I asked just randomly, like, hey, do you happen to act? Because I think you have a great like look for acting. And he said, yeah, I do. And I said, oh, great. I'll keep you in mind if I ever need you. I didn't realize if I ever need you would be like less than 1 week later, but it did. And I texted him, and I was like, on the off chance, do you happen to be free this weekend? And he said, sure. And I sent him the script, and I said, like, are you comfortable? Like, are you sure? Are you sure? And he texted me, like, I'm in. And I was just like so grateful. And so, yeah, I'm really happy that you felt their chemistry, because they met each other on the shoot.
Really?
Yeah. And so, like, ideally, like with the original actor, we had more time to like get to know each other. We had like chemistry exercises. We had like all this stuff to kind of get them comfortable. And we didn't unfortunately have that with the final two actors. But I'm so grateful that it comes across that they had this chemistry together.
Yeah, you cannot tell.
Yeah.
No, man, you sometimes get those small blessings. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm sure it would have been amazing with your previous actor, but this guy nailed it.
Yeah, he played it really differently than my original idea of the role. Like, he took it in a different direction. I remember when we recorded the dialogue, I was like kind of trying to push him in that original direction, but the takes that I ended up using were the things that he just went for and did it originally, like how he said the lines. And I just thought, like, I feel like you could tell with the way I was trying to push him that it wasn't coming naturally to him, and that his first instinct with the role and the dialogue was like the right one. And so I used that dialogue, and it's really his performance, and he made the role like his own. And so yeah, no, I'm just so grateful. Shout out Nam and Harris. You both are the best people ever.
Absolutely, yes, great job.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and congratulations on getting in the festival.
Thank you so much. This was, again, playing favorites as a programmer versus playing favorites as a filmmaker. This was one of the ones when I looked up and I was looking at stuff, I thought, like, man, I really want to get into this one. This one seems so cool. So thank you so much for having me.
This is your first time at BITS?
It is, yeah. It's
Yes?
my first time attending or
What do you
being
think
chosen.
so far?
Oh, I really love it. I only got in yesterday, but I was at one of the cocktails last night, and just the people there and like the talent and the energy is just so awesome. And I hope to go to a screening tonight. I really hope. But yeah, everyone, I mean, I saw the volunteers. Everyone seems so into it and so supportive of each other and awesome. So yeah, no, I really love it here.
Well, you can meet more people the next time you're in the festival.
Yes, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Join us next time for Blood in the Snow Radio. Bits Radio is a production of Three Evil Cats Productions in association with the Blood in the Snow Canadian Film Festival. For more information and to listen to other episodes, visit bloodinthesnow.ca and tweet us at BitsFilmFest. Music by Jan Gorman, produced and edited by Kelly Michael Stewart. I am Eduardo Correa Lima.